they don't.
Exactly.
No, they fucking don't.
Exactly.
Square Enix is the last company that knows better. Are you kidding me? Can't hear you over the sound of all the fucking bravest.
Well, considering I got Final Fantasy VII on PC for, like, chips by comparison to even this game, that's hilarious to me.
Yes, but that game was also, like, over 10 years old.
And this game looks like it's over 10 years old.
Yeah, but that's a deliberate aesthetic choice.
I don't really see that, but okay. Alright, can we play something else? I'm kind of bored with this now.
Let's do Samurai Gun, shall we?
Okay.
It's another game that's kind of like this.
Oh, great.
We'll see. Well, I guess you're gonna hate that as well, then.
Yeah, that's what people say about you, I think.
We'll be back after the break. Alright, folks. Try a little bit of Samurai Gun, which is actually looking really, really weird on our screen right now, but apparently it seems to be looking fine on yours, so that should be okay.
Way to change topic.
What?
Wife hates on Nidhogg. We must play a different game. Wife disagrees with you. Let's talk about something else.
What the fuck? We said we were gonna do Samurai Gun. This was pre-announced before you'd even played it.
I know.
Don't even start with me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I disagree with you, and I have a different standard for video games. I guess it's a good thing I'm not the one who had made a career out of it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's probably for the best.
All games are crap!
Alright, the hope is that you can actually use the controller for this.
What?
Because if you can't, you're gonna have to get in close on this keyboard. Controllers, PS4, Xbox. Oh, can you not use it? Can you not use a combination of the two? No, you must be able to. Alright, let's try binding keys. Okay. Press your jump button. Sword?
What would you use for a sword?
How the fuck should I know?
I don't
What are you
know.
comfortable with?
Okay.
Yep.
Can I rebind my sword button?
Do the thing first and then pick it. Come on! There you go.
Fine.
Right, go rebind him again.
Okay.
No, that's not
that's
working.
mean that
Okay.
didn't work.
Alright, try it again.
Alright.
Did you just press the exact same button
No,
for
I didn't.
sword?
No.
Okay.
No, you're right, I did.
Jesus! What is wrong with you?
Go down one. Go down one.
I can't go down one. Press jump first.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Calm down.
Ah!
Calm down.
Ah!
God damn it,
You're the
Biscuit.
worst, like, controller binder I've ever seen. Alright. But yeah, okay, so I guess in that case I will use the arrow keys. And what is it? P-O-I-U?
Play it.
What?
Play it.
Poyu!
Such racism. Excuse me? Nandayo.
No. Okay.
We are horrible.
We are racists, apparently. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna use the same kind of keys as I did for Nidhogg, actually.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Enjoy that.
This is gonna be my sword, this is gonna be my shoot. I don't know if return actually does anything important, but I'll just that, then up, down, left, right. Okay, cool. So, we've never actually played Samurai Gun before. We have no idea what's gonna happen, so...
Apparently there are, like, kangaroos and maybe some samurais. And
Versus. Alright. Okay, press something to join. Choose your what? How do we get...
you get to choose.
You know, but there's 3 players here.
Well, I only pressed my jump button, which is the button to...
Let's try again.
Okay, that's me.
Okay,
See?
I must have accidentally pressed the button.
Alright, what do these
What?
guys do?
Oh, this is fucking dumb. Hang on a second. So,
Oh no, I really like this game so far. I think it's great.
annoyingly enough, it allows you to have 2 of the same button bound, which is really stupid. So, I don't know what's going on with that. That's really dumb. They shouldn't allow that. I don't want these keys at all, so I'm gonna bind that to 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Oh, I don't want to bind. Damn it!
Question mark.
I bound escape to something. God damn it! What? Oh, this is. Why do they do this? All right. Go to hell. Right, let's try again. N. All right. There, finally it works. Again, you should not allow players to bind to the same keys. I didn't, and question mark, by the way, is not actually the same. For some reason, it doesn't display the left and right. I hope those buttons actually work. It might not. I don't know what any of these guys do. So, I'm gonna get the green one.
I will be Kurosawa.
Okay. Alright, cool. My shoot button actually does work. Okay. Oh, so return goes back. Alright, cool.
Okay.
So you have your sword, you have your gun. Your gun only has 3 bullets in it, though. So that's worth bearing in mind.
Oh, cool. It rumbles. Yay.
Oh, thank God. You have a vibration function. Alright.
You'd be surprised how irritated women can be without one.
Welcome to Oh, look, it's got more than 4 levels. Are you happy now?
How much does this game cost?
$15. It
Oh.
actually has lots of levels. But the thing is, like, each of these is just a screen. So, actually, it does only have 4 levels. See? But there's like 10 maps on each of them.
Well, that's different. That's more content than...
Bullshit! Nidhogg has way more. Every screen is a map in and of itself.
No.
Don't even start with me.
No.
Don't even... Right,
We'll see. I'm not going to evaluate my opinion on
We'll
this
play in the
based on
forest.
maps. Just
All right.
maps, and that's it.
Begin!
All right.
So there's wall sliding. That's important. And there's wall jumping. That's also kind of important. And you can shoot. Oh, and that actually takes away parts of the terrain. Good to know. Okay.
Ah.
I see. Alright, so...
Meow.
Get back here!
No.
Is this how it's gonna be?
Yep.
Oh, wow, you can slash through some of this bamboo. That's pretty cool.
See? This game already has more dynamics.
No, not really. Like, it only has one sword attack by the looks of it, which... Aha! There we go.
Okay, this game is great now because we have aha.
Yes, indeed. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Oh, damn it! I'm out of bullets! Okay. Aha!
I like the little screen, the way it does it whenever you have, whenever you kill someone.
That's nicely stylized, I'm gonna say. I do also like the fact that you can... Oh, bollocks! That you can actually slash through the terrain. Elements of the terrain, that's quite nice.
Ah.
There we go. Is there really nothing else, though? I mean, is this it?
If this is it, that's kind of weird.
Because, like, you know, I give Nidhogg kind of a pass because it has actually some fairly in-depth mechanics, but I'd say the mechanics of this game are way less in-depth than Nidhogg. It is just either shoot or slash and jump around a bit. I would have expected, like, sort of like Towerfall, that there would be power-ups and things like that to spice things up, but it doesn't seem like there are. Oh, don't get me wrong, you know, the insta-kill mechanics are quite nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's nicely stylized. I like how that is, but even with...
This is it!
I mean, with 4 players, I guess it might be a little bit better, but if this is all there is, then that's a bit concerning. Is that... Because that to me is not enough of a game.
No.
Like, I take... the thing about Nidhogg is you got to bear in mind, this game does not have online multiplayer. Nidhogg does. Nidhogg also has...
So, for this game, you have to have friends.
Yes, absolutely. Apparently, there's some kind of survival mode. I'm not sure if that's single player.
What do you have, though? You've got something following you.
I don't know. The game has not bothered to tell me.
Is that a power-up? Because I fired something at you and you didn't die.
It's a bit something out of blur. Maybe I got it for getting a couple of kills in a row or something.
Maybe.
Oh, you can actually slash in different directions, by the way. You can slash up, down, left, and right with
so
the
you can
directions.
fire up as well.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes things a bit different. So I can do that kind of cooldown slash, which is nice.
A second more at this game. Is that my body? These are all my
They're
bodies.
all of your bodies everywhere,
Nice.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what that blue blur is.
Huh.
Okay, I wonder if I can slash through there. And it looks like you can parry as well if you attack at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for a kill streak, apparently. And then it kind of zooms in on you.
Yes, yes, I suck. Thank you.
And then it tells you what the deaths are. Okay. But if
That's it?
If that's really it, then that's kind of disappointing. I would have expected, like, to at least find power-ups or something along those lines. Because, I mean, if you look at a game like Towerfall, it's kind of the similar thing, but with bows. Like, you get three arrows, but you get all different kinds of arrows. There's all sorts of different power-ups you can get, but if this really is all there is to it, then...
That's kind of cool.
Oh, it's got a kind of Pac-Man style mechanic? Okay. But don't get me wrong, I mean, the kills are pretty satisfying, they're really stylish, and it's got this all-or-nothing thing going for it, but this is really simplistic. Like, it doesn't have the dueling mechanics, the parrying mechanics, the sword throws, the things, a lot of the, like, wall jump stuff that Nidhogg has. It doesn't have the melee system that Nidhogg has.
You know what this is? Super Mario Brothers 3 on the starting screen.
Oh, that, yeah, it kind of is, I suppose.
I can walk upside down on this,
cool.
though.
That's alright.
Kind of cool. Maybe, I guess you can, like, yeah.
This game looks like... I hate people that make the argument this game looks like a Flash game. You know, like,
It
Flash...
does look like a Flash game, though.
But it doesn't. It actually looks nothing like a Flash game. Flash games, more often than not, have a very specific graphic style and aesthetic, and this game certainly does not have that, but... it's like pretty much any game could be a Flash game. So I don't know what the argument is for there, you know? It's like, what do you mean? It just doesn't have enough mechanics? Because there's some Flash games with very complex mechanics. You know, because you know what else was a Flash game? Fucking Binding of Isaac. You know? You're not going to say, oh, well, it's a Flash game. Like, no, that was a fully featured roguelike that was very, very good at what it did.
I'm actually not even trying to kill you, by the way. I'm just, like, running
exploring
around.
the level.
I'm exploring the level, which I know it doesn't seem like much, but I'm trying to convince myself that there's more to this than there is. And
I don't think there is. It's and it's like I can defend Nidhogg, right? I can, because the online multiplayer makes it a lot different. The fact that this only has local and has, as far as I know, it has no real single player either. I think maybe it has that survival mode, and I think we should actually try that just to make sure that it is what it is. But Kingdom Rush looks like a Flash game. Yeah, I know.
I wonder why.
You know, don't get me wrong. I think every kill in this is quite satisfying, but this would get really dull really fast.
Unless you had more than 2 players.
Well,
if you had 4, I think that would actually be a bit fun.
I mean, even the 2 players is kind of fun. And obviously, it's going to be more fun with 4 players, but at that point, you look again at value, don't you? Because there's nothing stop here. You go back to the whole Smash Brothers argument. Like, you know, mechanically, Smash Brothers is far more complex than this and has way more content, which is fine because, you know, we're looking at an indie game here. But even on an indie game scale, like, it's hard for me to justify this because it has so little going for it. It's good at what it does, but it does so little. And I disagree with you on the idea that Nidhogg does so little. I think it does a lot more than this game does.
I think Nidhogg has the potential to do more, especially with...
I think Nidhogg has a ton of, like, not so obvious depth to it. And a ton of mind game stuff.
I think that depends on who you're playing with.
Probably, yeah.
I think that deals a lot with who you're playing with. If like, for example, if you play with someone who plays fighting games, who is very much into stuff like Street Fighter, then yes, they're gonna love that kind of game, you know, because it is all about predicting your opponent's moves and, you know, having that kind of hidden depth. But I think just a regular casual player who, I see it as like more of a party game. You know, you're sitting around and having a couple
Samurai
drinks.
Gun or Nidhogg?
Nidhogg.
Well,
I see that as a party game.
Yeah, I mean,
I would see this as a party game as well, but
this is nothing but a party game. Like, at least Nidhogg, you can go online and you can own some face. The problem with Samurai Gun is that it has no multiplayer online whatsoever. It's got versus and survival. Like, I want to see what survival is. Don't press anything. I want to see if you can actually do single player here. Okay. I don't know if any of these guys do anything different.
I don't know, because our guys didn't really.
They seem to handle pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So let's see if what survival is, because that's the real problem with it. And then if you like ask $15 for that, okay, so you got survival level. Okay, we're starting crossing. Here we go. So what is the? All right, so survival does actually spawn NPCs at you.
Okay, well, that's kind of cool.
Well, it's just bots, isn't it? By the looks of it. There we go. Which is nice.
Let's watch the bots and see if they do anything really cool.
Yeah. Oh, the frame rate on this feels a bit weird. Maybe it's just like the game's a bit floaty. I need to actually test what the frame rate is.
Is that bot even coming at you?
It's trying to.
But
I'm just gonna sit here for a while.
No, this AI, what the hell? Really? Really?
Wow, is the AI just not capable of actually doing the platforming on this level?
Oh my gosh, this is the worst AI I've ever seen.
No, I've definitely seen worse AI than this, but
he's not even coming at you.
I have to wonder if it's even designed to do that, because like in order to bypass the level, you've got to get the kills. So maybe it's designed so it's like, oh, I'm going to be difficult, so you have to come at me. But even then, it should be able to attack you.
Yeah.
It does feel somewhat unengaged, doesn't it? Like it seems like it's almost spamming its cuts for whatever reason.
That's kind of dumb. I'm sorry, but I'm
yeah,
just gonna say it. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about this frame rate actually, because it feels quite low. I'm just gonna run DxTory so I can actually get a frame rate counter on this thing. There we go. Yeah, it is. It's locked to 40. I thought it felt a little bit weird.
Have you done a WTF on this game yet?
No, I haven't. I don't think it's gonna go well. Like,
grab your pitchforks, boys and girls.
Oh man, it's locked to 40 FPS.
Wow.
Like, after like, it's like, this doesn't feel anywhere near as smooth as Nidhogg did, because like Nidhogg was running at full 60.
Nidhogg definitely felt better.
Nidhogg feels really tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I do like the feeling of the kills in this, though, especially if you're playing on a controller.
Oh, yeah.
You get the impact.
You get that nice impact, yeah.
And you actually...
Let's get in the game just to make sure it's not just the
satisfying.
menu, but,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
it did definitely feel sub 60 to me. And that, by the way, that's a big fuck you to anyone that says you can't tell the difference. I didn't need a frame rate counter to tell the difference, so you can all go to hell. Not that I believe anyone that's subbed to this channel would actually think I couldn't tell the difference. But, let's go to mountains. Yeah, the whole game runs at 40 frames per second. Why? I cannot think of a single logical reason why a game would run at 40. The only other game that I know that's ever run at 40 FPS is Cyanide's Blood Bowl, and that's because they are completely incompetent. So, you know, and they're fixing that eventually. Ow! They're fixing that. And the kills are satisfying, don't get me wrong. Like, you can't argue with that. Like, the guns in particular are particularly fun. I love the way that there's that slight pause and
me
cinematic kind of little blackout on either side. That's cool.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack's okay.
But you have to have friends. I can't get beyond that. I don't have
well,
friends.
with the AI, the way that it looks, yeah, it seems like you'd need to speed it up. Like, I don't know. I don't think you need to speed it up. I think it's a reasonable speed, but the frame rate means that it's not as smooth, so you have a little bit less control. And you'd think in a game like this, you'd really need that fine control, and you don't seem to get it. And I could definitely see myself playing this with friends, but for how long?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's different stages, but all the characters seem to do exactly the same thing, and if they don't, then they don't even tell you, you know?
Yep.
You'd think, you know, maybe there'd be a character that has one extra bullet, but the bullets travel slower or something like that. If that's the case, the game doesn't tell you that, which, you know, is a cardinal sin in my opinion. That's the kind of thing that you should be told. The characters all seem to handle the same way. They all seem to have the same kind of sword distance. The survival mode AI is pretty dumb, and it probably gets smarter over time as you go through different levels, but I'm sorry, that's not enough. There's no story campaign. There's no online multiplayer. That's a hard sell.
Let's force it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Can you make this run at higher FPS?
No, I can't.
You can't?
No, it's locked at 40. I can't make it run any higher.
But
sorry, love. That's not how it works.
you can cheat.
No, I can't.
No?
No, I can't do that. Like, it's actually impossible. Like, the only way I was doing it with Kingdom Rush is because Kingdom Rush was locking itself to half of the monitor refresh rate for some reason. I can't force it to 120. I don't have the ability to do that. Guys think that
Please.
I can. No, I can't actually do it.
Father Christmas.
The only way, you know, unless there's a config file that lets me do that, I can't do it. And I'd have to dig around to try and find that.
All right, well, I like the icicles in this stage because if you blow them up, they actually like come down. And
Well, I guess you can get a kill that way, or
like on the cemetery level, if you died, then your remains kind of budged a little bit, like they moved, so it's kind of creepy, you know. So like there are certain environmental elements that are kind of cute.
Why would I want to run it lower, guys? Like it's
that'd be dumb. But what? Why do people make games and think that they're worth so much money? I don't understand.
Like, you know, for this, I'm actually going to agree with you. I think that if you're a PC title and you're releasing without online multiplayer or any sort of meaningful single-player mode, and really your only game mechanics consist of sword slash and gun, and that's the only thing, you have no power-ups. Yes, it looks like, you know, you've got spikes here, you've got moving platforms, which is good. Like, it seems like they've put the variety into the levels as opposed to the actual combat system and characters. And, like, for me, I don't like that, because I'm the kind of person that will play the same stage in Dota for hundreds of hours at a time. I'll play the same map in StarCraft for hundreds of hours at a time. I need there to be actual, like, in-depth mechanics and variety in the mechanics and the weapons. There's no point looking at the Force. That's always the time.
Just gonna say, I'd rather be playing Quake.
Well, again, you know, there just seems like I don't think you can just put your variety in your stages and expect people to accept that.
Nope.
Because I don't think that's enough. It's great that you've got a lot of stages. That's fantastic. And they each have some interesting stage mechanics, but there's not enough of them. Like, all the ice ones, for the most part, seems like how many of them have icicles on them. So Ice Cave has icicles, Icicles has icicles, Trunk has icicles, and then you've got some water, and that's kind of about it.
I don't know. I just, for some reason, I feel like there's more and we just haven't found it or it's not explained to us.
For what I can tell, there isn't. I mean, I'm going to head over to the Steam page.
That still needs to be explained, though. That's not something that is just acceptable.
The Steam page's description is actually terrible.
Is it?
This game isn't on early access, right?
I hope not.
It doesn't look like it.
Because if it was, then we shouldn't be looking at it.
Well, it's according to this, it's not. Like, it's not written here as an early access game.
It would be up at the top.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
Like, there's no big blue box. The description of this, all it is Samurai Gun is a lightning-fast Bushido brawler for 2 to 4 players. Each samurai is armed with a sword and a gun, with only 3 bullets to a life. Discipline and quick reflexes are the key. Deflecting bullets. Oh, you can deflect bullets. That's quite nice. And sending your opponent's heads rolling. That is not enough, I feel. Like, there's people here who have, like, 6 to 7 hours on record.
If you care about things in life, like having fun, you should probably play this game.
But I'm sorry, there's plenty of games that do this. Like, it seems like Towerfall is universally better, like in every way.
Yeah.
Because Towerfall has way more variety and
stuff.
does the same kind of thing.
I don't get it.
This is a hard.
Sorry,
I'm okay with simple games, but as you were pointing out earlier, and you know this, I disagree with you on the Nidhogg side of things, but I'll agree with you here.
And it's your own opinion. It's just I know that that's not a game for me because I don't play fighting games the way that a lot of other people play fighting games. Like they just pick it up and they enjoy it like that, and for hours at a time playing the same thing over and over again with one other person. I would never play Samurai Gun because I don't actually have enough friends IRL that are near me to actually play it. It's like, oh, I could play this with you, or I could play it with Orion, but that would get kind of old quickly because then you start to learn how other people play, and then it's no longer as fun.
Well, again, as far as I'm concerned, there's not enough mechanical depth for that to even matter. Like, you go through the levels, and it was like, okay, cool. So what can you do? Well, you can slash in 4 directions, shoot in 4 directions, and deflect bullets with a slash. And that's as far as it goes. Like, if it had a ton of power-ups, if it had different weapons, if each of the characters had different statistics, it would be a bit of an easier sell. But without online multiplayer and anything like that, I think that this is not, like, it's not a good value package.
No.
And again, everything is more fun with friends. Yeah? Everything is always more fun with friends. That's not being fun with friends is not a selling point. The game's got to be rock solid in and of itself, and I don't think this game is.
40 doesn't have online multiplayer and very limited mechanics, very limited everything. Basically, it's just I don't know. It seems to me like it's not finished almost. You know, that's kind of how it feels to me. It feels like there was supposed to be more.
Yeah, it feels like it's an early access game. It's like, all right, here's the basics. We're gonna flesh out from here, but there's no indication of that whatsoever.
Add characters, add different abilities, add different little stages. You know, have more environmental stuff. I like the environmental stuff that they already have, but do more of that. But not for that kind of price.
It's hard to justify.
I wouldn't buy it. No way.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to look kind of, someone's pointing out in the chat, and rightfully so, like a game like Soldat it's kind of this with guns, and there's a lot more variety in it because there's a bunch of different weapons, there's all sorts of different things. You can have up to, I think there's like 8+ players in that. This is, you know, it's the groundwork for a good game. And everything that's in it is good, but there's not enough in it.
Not enough to justify that kind of...
No, not enough to justify $15. I know $15 is not a lot, but as I've said before, $15 gets you Nidhogg, which is a better game.
I will concede that Nidhogg is a better game than this. However, kills did not feel as satisfying to me as they did in this.
I'll give you that. Like, it does the whole kill with the little cinematic couple of seconds zooming in and all that stuff quite well.
Yeah. I just think because I'm not sure if it's just because of the speed at which you can sword fight in Nidhogg.
Nidhogg is really fast.
Yeah. It's so fast-paced that eventually you just become so unattached emotionally to the whole thrill of killing.